Hey, what's up, indie music makers and indie music lovers? My name is Chris Clay, and I am the ambassador for great indie artists. And today, we got another indie tip of the week for you. Plus, we're doing two things today. Not only are we going to give you a great indie tip, we're talking about distribution. Secondly, we're going to give you the top 6 artists from all over the world that is making a difference because they're doing everything right. So stick around. Your record could be in the top 6. You're going to be surprised at this list. But first, let's talk about distribution. For this, I want to put up the blackboard because we need to teach here. So Heather, slide in that blackboard real quick. Alrighty, this past week, I've had about 7 people that call me and they feel that their label is ready for a distribution deal. And I said, great, so let's get into it. What does it take to get a distribution deal? Well, I'll tell you, music distributors will usually only work with labels that have been in business for at least 3 years or have at least 3 previous recordings that have sold thousands of copies. So if you fit into that category, then you're probably ready for a distribution deal. Now, there's always an exception to the rule, because if you got a record that's just jumping off right now, getting a lot of radio play, got a lot of street activity, of course, you could definitely probably land a distribution deal. Music distributors get records into retail stores like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and all these other great places that sell music. It's up to the record label to get those customers into the retail store through promotions, through marketing, and any other crazy tactics that you can find. Normally, distribution companies do not give you a lot of money. Now, there's an exception to that rule as well. Again, if you got a record that's just jumping off and it's blowing up, you could definitely find a distribution company that will give you some promotional money that will help you continue to grow your brand and move your brand forward, as well as marketing dollars and things like that. So there is an exception, but normally music distributors will not give you a big budget because they're depending on you to drive your fan base into the stores to buy those records that they got in those Walmarts and Targets and Best Buys. Next, make sure there's a market for your style of music. You'll probably have to prove it to the distributor by showing them how many records you've sold through your live sales, through internet sales, and any other alternative methods that you've put together, whether it be a website or whatever. You're probably going to have to show that information. So paperwork and paper trails are very important when you're trying to get a distribution deal. Be prepared to sign a written contract with your distributor because those handshake deals are all over it now. And most distributors are looking for something exclusive. They're not going to partner with other distributors and stuff like that. They want the exclusive on your product. So make sure that you're trying to sign up with the right distributor to make sure that that's a long-lasting relationship. Be well financed. Trying to work with a distributor without a realistic budget to participate in promotional opportunities would be a huge mistake. So make sure you got a little cash behind you, man, because now we're getting ready to jump into the big league because you're still going to have to get that record played. You're still going to have to do marketing things to get people into the stores to buy those records. You're still going to have to do a lot of stuff that's going to require some capital. So make sure you have cash so that you can do these things once you have a distribution deal on the table. Normally, under most circumstances, your distributor will be only as good as your marketing plans to sell records. Don't expect them to do the work for you. Remember, all they do is get records into record stores, people. I'm so tired of people saying, I want to get a distribution deal for my label, and then I could kick back, relax. No, I think that's when the work really starts, so that you're going to have to get out there and work hand in hand with your distributor to make sure that you're driving sales to those Walmarts, to those Targets, to those Best Buys, to all the places in which they distribute your record. So be prepared to roll up your sleeves and do some work. That's why I say having a team is very important, because you need to continue being an artist. You need to have other people on your team that's working with the distributor, working with retail stores to put promotions together to make sure that you're really driving and have a real interest to the people that listen to your music so that they'll go to those stores and buy your records. So those are just a few things that I can think of right off the top of my head that are major things in you getting a distribution deal for your label. So before you're ready to run to the big distributor like Sony Red, E1, Caroline Music, and all the others that are out there, make sure that you got your stuff together, people. Most of the time, you're only going to get one meeting. If you don't show up and show out in that one meeting, you probably will never, ever get another meeting. So be prepared, be ready to do the deal, have all your paperwork in order, have a budget, be ready to do good business. And yes, you can get a distribution deal. Now, let's get rid of this chalkboard. Now, let's jump into our top indie artists that's doing it right, people. When I say doing it right, they're working their social media. They're calling radio stations to get airplay. They're outperforming. They're constantly growing their brand. And when you look at SoundScan, they're selling product. So let's count them down, starting with number 6. And before I jump into it, let me say, I didn't pick this, okay? We did research, and the research picked these people. So don't be mad at me if your record is not in the top 6, but you can keep working and get your record into the top 6. So it's always hopeful, and there's always a chance that you could be on this list. So starting at number 6, this kid comes out of the UK. He's number 6. His name is Jazzy D, featuring Kenya. He has a record called Wonder, and let's check it out. Here's a video. Kenya is from the United States. Jazzy D is from the UK. This guy is on the Urban AC chart. This guy is on the Smooth Jazz chart. He's making a difference. They're doing all the things that they can on social media. I see him on Facebook all the time doing different things, and that's why he's the number 6 artist in our indie countdown of artists that's doing it the right way. Our number 5 artist, he comes from Atlanta. His name is Carmichael Music Lover. Now, Carmichael Music Lover's had a record out for the last year called My Star. The record just won't die. This guy has a unique brand because he sounds a lot like Kim, but he's an indie artist. Again, his name is Carmichael Music Lover. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. He's our number 5 artist with this record, My Star.
Baby, you are
Our number 5 artist comes from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's a smooth jazz artist. His name is Gabriel Bello. Now, Gabriel just released a brand new album, and it's selling like crazy. His social media, out of control. The record's called Do I Do. He's got a cover song of Stevie Wonder, and the record is blowing up because he's doing all the right things. The number 3 song comes from 2 guys out of Kansas City, Missouri, D Professor and Derek Pierre. They're collectively known as the Soul Revival. Now, I personally know that these guys are doing the right thing because they call me all the time, worrying the devil out of me about what's the next thing that they can do. And that's why they're in the number 3 position. Their record is playing on radio. It's burning up the internet. Their sales numbers are crazy. Our number 3 artist, the Soul Revival, and Fall in Love. Now, we're down to the top 2. The top 2 artists and our indie top 6 artists that's doing it right and seeing results. Our number 2 artist comes from Los Angeles, California. Their name is Bridget Bryant and Will Wheaton. They got a real Urban AC track. It's called How Do You Do the Things You Do. It's our number 2 song and our indie top 6 artist that's doing it the right way. Okay, people, we're down to our number one song. Have you guessed who it is? Well, you don't have to guess anymore. Her name is Georgia Smith. Georgia Smith is no stranger to YouTube. This girl has been putting out video after video, getting millions of plays. She's from the UK. Now she has a brand new record out called Beautiful Little Fools. Let me tell you, the reason this record is number one is because she's working her social media like crazy. Her videos got incredible numbers. She's calling radio to make sure that she gets the airplay that she needs, not only from the UK, but she's calling the United States, getting airplay. She's out performing, doing all kinds of shows, got many labels that's courting her, trying to give her a deal. She's constantly growing her brand, and when we look at SoundScan, this girl is moving about 2,000 pieces per week. Our number one artist and our indie top 6 artist doing it the right way. Her name is Georgia Smith from the UK, and the song is Beautiful Little Fools. Congratulations to you, girl. Okay, there you have it, people. Our top 6 indie artists that's doing it the right way and getting results from it. And I want to remind you that none of these people have big budgets. They don't have big record companies behind them. They just got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for the music, and they got a team that's out there helping them make it happen. But don't be discouraged. We'll do this in the next couple of months. Once again, we'll look at SoundScan, we'll look at YouTube, your social media, and who knows, your record could end up as an indie artist that's doing it the right way in our top 6 countdown. That's going to put a wrap on it for this week in the Indie Tip of the Week. Make sure you stop by my website, thebusinessofmusic101.com. That's thebusinessofmusic101.com for resources and other things that can help you grow your brand. Stop on by and check it out. Until next week, remember, keep the music playing real loud.
I miss you, babe. I miss you. You're the best I ever had. You're so bad, baby, but I must like you like that. Although you won't let me control, just know